What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching my videos. I appreciate your appreciation of my videos, my rants. And today we're gonna talk about the link between psilocybin mushrooms, LSD, and humor, and laughter, and joy. So I have my own theories on this, right? This is going to be me talking out of my ass, which is nothing new to you guys, right? There is something that a lot of people who dabble with psychedelics come to contact with, and there's even a name for it. Terence McKenna came up with a name for it, and that is the cosmic giggle. The cosmic giggle. And the cosmic giggle is usually the first thing you will experience. That not across all the board, not across everybody, but more often than not, the first thing you will experience on a psychedelic is laughter and humor. Everything suddenly becomes funnier. Everything suddenly becomes lighter. And in fact, you can't help yourself but start laughing. And you can absolutely lose your shit for no real reason. You're losing your shit. You're on the floor laughing. You don't even know why you're laughing. You're just laughing. You're just giggling. And the name that Terence McKenna came up for this phenomenon, that is, it's such a popular thing. It's such a common thing, such a common occurrence that he came up with a name for it, the cosmic giggle. This is essentially you plugging into cosmic love, into looking at things cosmically, objectively, and saying, this is just a game, okay? And you lose your shit, completely lose your shit. Now, there's also like the joy aspect of it. What I really think is going on also, and when you start to see everything funny and your sense of humor just suddenly like fucking increases by 1,000%, is because, here's my theory on it. My theory on it is that joy and happiness is the closest vibration to source energy, to cosmic love. Pure joy, pure happiness. And children are often joyful and happy. Often. They express the joy, they express the happiness of being alive, of being in here, of being in the moment. And I think as we grow older as adults, we repress this most primal emotion that we have, which is joy. Just the joy of being alive, the joy of being. That's what it is, the joy of being. I think as we get to be adults, we repress that because we get so lost in our minds and we get so lost in civilization game, in the head game of improving your life, of making more money, of getting ahead, of increasing your social status, which, I mean, we're all playing this game. I'm playing this game, right? But we get lost in it. We forget the being, we forget to be, we forget the joy and the happiness of just being alive, of just being in the present moment. I honestly think underneath every single person is a fucking comedian. And that comedian wants to just like burst out in laughter. That's what I really think is going on. And I made a previous video on how to get enlightened, right? In 3 minutes. And I used Brad Blanton, the Radical Honesty guy. I used his chant. He has like a chant to get enlightened, to get plugged into your being, right? And the chant is okay, so if you start to go like duh, and you just go on for a minute or two, you'll just burst out in laughter. And that's his way of getting enlightened. That's his way of plugging into being in the moment, into into our true nature, the thing that is closest to source energy, which is joy and happiness. And yeah, that gets beaten out of us, that get repressed out of us. Adults are serious, and it's always about like getting ahead, and it's about the next achievement, right? And we're so serious, and we forget. Adults are children who forgot how to play. Simple as that. And I think what happens, that cosmic giggle, is that's essentially your true nature, and that's essentially the comedian inside of you, that being, the being. I found that my higher self is a fucking comedian. It is a funny motherfucker. That's what I found. I found. I'm telling you, my higher self is a comedian. But I think everyone's higher self is a comedian. And I think we take rules too seriously and morals too seriously, and we forget how to play, and forget how to laugh, and forget how to have fun. And as soon as you trip, usually the first thing that'll happen is you will come in contact with the cosmic giggle, because you're brought in the present moment. You know, when you do mushrooms or LSD, dose dependent, but mostly in all doses, you're brought in the present moment, in the here and the now. And once you realize you're back to your senses, essentially, you're no longer in your head. You're looking at things, everything's colorful, you're hearing better, you're in your senses, you're a kid again. You're orienting yourself in this existence through your senses, like a kid. And then you just find yourself bursting out in laughter, and you find everything funny, because you realize, whoa, being is a beautiful thing. Just being in the moment, being, joy. Joy is the natural state. It's the natural state of being. And if I can just get to be present and get to just be here in the now, then there's that bliss, there's that joy, there's that real me, the real self, the higher self is allowed to sort of manifest itself and become, you become a conduit for your higher self, essentially, to sort of take over and drive the car. Your higher self is driving the car now, right? Joy, humor, laughter. I have another theory also. So again, always talking out of my ass. I have another theory for this, for the cosmic giggle. My theory for the cosmic giggle is, my other theory is that you are getting in touch with higher frequencies. The psilocybin, the LSD, ergot, tunes your brain into a higher frequency, into a higher dimension, into a wiser, higher dimension, and you start to see things from a higher perspective, from a wiser perspective. And once you're able to see it like this, then you access that wisdom, and that wisdom looks at things very objectively and says, why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? And you kind of see like, oh my God, I got caught up in my character. I got caught up in my storyline, and I forgot that I'm just acting, and I forgot that this is a movie, and I forgot where I come from. And then you kind of have a laugh about it, and you start to just laugh at yourself. You start to laugh at yourself. Like even you think of a problem, and you're like, ha ha ha, why the fuck was I worried? You know? So I think, by tuning into these higher frequencies that the psilocybin allows you to tune into, you access higher wisdom, and you speak to higher entities that are inhabiting these higher realms and wiser dimensions. You get to talk to them, and you get to see things from their perspective. And perhaps your higher self, is on that dimension. And they make you laugh. If they're trying to teach you a lesson, they start by making you laugh, by making you see the absurdity in taking your problems and yourself too seriously. And from that place, usually, for me, I'm laughing for 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm with a friend, it's just jokes for like a good hour. And we play, and after we play, because by the way, children learn the most when they're playing. In that playful state, the wisdom starts to come in. the knowledge starts to come in, the epiphanies start to come in that playful state, in that joyful state, in that present moment state, the epiphanies start to come in. And if there are studies that show children learn best when they're playing, when they're in a playful environment. That's when children learn best. Now, all of us adults are children who forgot how to play. And there is a verse in the Bible, I'm going to make a separate video for it, what it basically, and no, please don't preach to me that Jesus is the way. I love Jesus, but I'm just taking wisdom here from the Bible, right? There's a verse along the line of you will not enter the kingdom of heaven until you've become a child again, right? I love that verse. I'm going to make a separate video for it. Find it, read it out, and maybe make a separate video for it. But yeah, I think that's my theory on why the cosmic giggle is such a thing, it's such a phenomenon that exists, and why I think it's pretty fucking cool. I think it's pretty cool to take yourself less seriously, take your problems less seriously, and find humor. Because that's your real self. Yeah, like find humor. Don't get offended. Don't be butthurt all the time, right? The more butthurt you are, the more you're identified with this ego. The more you're identified with your story, the more you forget that, hey, like, this is a movie and I'm just acting, and just take it easy, right? And if you ever find yourself taking yourself seriously, just go into your room, spend a couple of minutes going like, and everything will be good, okay? Everything will be good. Anyway, those are my theories, my wacky theories on the cosmic giggle and its connection to the use of psilocybin and LSD. Oh, I have another wacky theory too, but fuck it, I'm not gonna say it in this video. Too many wacky theories already. That's it. I love you guys. I love every single one of you, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.